So love is in the air, and Courtney and I are here for a wind down Wednesday, and we're celebrating Galentine's and Valentine's. So yeah, thanks for joining us. We've got a fun show planned for you guys tonight. I've got rose petals everywhere, and we are drinking Brut Rosé. Cheers!
So yummy. Cheers.
Cheers. So, I'm still picking up rose petals off of everywhere on my computer. It seemed like a good idea at the time when I came up with the idea. Anyway, welcome back. It's another Wind Down Wednesday. Courtney and I are here to talk about another great drink offering from Walt Disney World. We actually have some news to talk about this week, and I look forward to next week. And for Courtney, this is her last week with the Crescent Lake Club, because on Sunday she will actually be at Walt Disney World, and I'm so jealous. Do a quick catch up on all of that. But we have a couple really quick breaking news items for you. If you guys haven't seen, we have a website now, crescentlakeclub.com. Check it out. I'll include it down in the links below. But I can just head straight into wine. Tonight we are drinking the Graham Beck Brut Rosé. It is a non-vintage, and this fantastic Brut Rosé you can find at numerous places across property, but we picked it because you can also find it at Be Our Guest. Mm-hmm. If you have it, it's the Second Castle Restaurant in Magic Kingdom for all of y'all that haven't been yet. It is themed like Beast Castle in Beauty and the Beast. It's got the ballroom. It's got the library. It's fantastic. Right now, it is only open for lunch and dinner, and it is on a 3-course priced out menu. So it's roughly $60 per adult. But the menu is still really worth taking a look at, especially if you want to have just a little bit of a special occasion. This rosé will run you about $11 a glass or $45 a bottle at Be Our Guest. But locally, you're able to find it between $17 and $20 a bottle. So it's a really, really lovely treat yourself kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's from South Africa. Yeah. So it's from, it's not champagne because it's not from the Champagne region of France. It is a sparkling from South Africa. It is a blend of Chardonnay and Pinot Noir, which is Courtney's favorite red wine. So I thought she would love it. And just from the moment you pour it, you just get berries, cherries, raspberries, strawberries, everything. The nose is great. The mouthfeel is great. It's super fruity. It's absolutely delightful. What does this pair well with? Well, what does Bubbles always go with? Chocolate, cheese, fruit, chocolate. Did I say chocolate?
Any kind of sweet dessert, but particularly chocolate.
Particularly chocolate. So I think we'll head into this week. Courtney did a Make It, Don't Fake It.
I did. Sure. So as Keely previewed last week, I, during quarantine, baked at least once a week. I tried different recipes. I tried to perfect some of my favorites. And I was pregnant, so I really didn't care about how many pounds I was putting on because I was putting on pounds anyway. So I couldn't have a glass of wine at night, so why not have a cupcake or a piece of pie or whatever? Very nervous for my gestational diabetes test that I had. Thankfully, that all came back negative because I was eating sweets nonstop. I love sweets. I'm always going to choose a sweet thing over a savory thing. I'll choose dessert over an appetizer. And I remember it being announced we're going into quarantine. I was like, I'm going to bake some stuff. That's what I'm going to do. Everyone's like, I'm going to run. I'm going to organize my house. I was like, I'm going to bake. So one of the things I did bake during quarantine was kind of a recipe that I combined a few things that I love together. I love the plain old school Hershey's chocolate cake recipe that's like on the back of the box. Like, I think that's the best chocolate cake ever. It's so light, so moist. It's amazing. My husband will eat like 10 of them when I make them. And I also made some gray stuff from Be Our Guest to pipe in it and then pipe on top. So my original thought for this week was to recreate those cupcakes that I made during quarantine. But we also have lots of king cake at our house, and there's just a lot of stuff around. And also,
king cake is not a dessert. King cake is not a dessert. King cake is a snack.
It's a snack. But hashtag mom life, hashtag teacher life ran out of time. So I was like, well, they just served the gray stuff as like a mousse at Be Our Guest. So I took a cue from that, took a cue from Keely and her charcuterie board last week, and did kind of a hold on one second. A like take on that with a dip for some gray stuff.
Yes!
So I also did two different versions. Trying to lose those last baby pounds. I've been watching what I eat, knowing that I'm going to Disney World for a week. I've also been extra watching what I eat. So on one side, you see the full fat, full sugar Jell-O, Cool Whip, Oreos, etc. And on the other side, you see the sugar-free option with the light Cool Whip, skim milk, and Teddy Grahams. But these are the base ingredients that you need to make the gray stuff. It's basically Jell-O and Cool Whip and milk and Oreo cookies, or some chocolate cookies. So you puree in your food processor, your Ninja, your Bullet blender, whatever you have, your cookies. It's about 15 Oreo cookies or about 75 Teddy Grahams. That's what I did. You can see the Oreos are a little darker. The Teddy Grahams are more brown. That is one thing I discovered. If you do the like lighter version that I did, you kind of get some more brown stuff than gray stuff, but it still tastes delicious. Don't believe me, ask the dishes or my husband or my son, who ate a lot of it. Then you make the pudding, not according to the box recipe. You use the whole box of white and just a tablespoon or two of the chocolate, and only a cup and a half of milk. So like the normal recipe calls for 2 full cups of milk. You just do it with a cup and a half of milk. Let that set up in the fridge for just a minute, like 10 minutes or so. And then you mix in your Cool Whip and cookie crumbles. And then you get the stuff, you get the gray stuff, and you can make it pretty. Once you've mixed everything, you put that back in the fridge for about an hour for it to set up, especially if you want to pipe it. I would even put it in the freezer for a minute if you're going to really pipe it on a cupcake, if you really want those swirls like they have at Be Our Guest. Again, I was in a rush a little bit, so I didn't get the full hour in the fridge, but this is the setup that I made. You can see on the picture with the gray stuff and the snack plate, to denote the kind of lighter version, I put my Teddy Grahams in there, and the full fat, full sugar version, I put the Oreo cookie in there. But I just served it with some more Oreo cookies to dump in it, some Teddy Grahams or strawberries. I also really like a sweet and salty combo, so I put in some pretzels. My son had some X&O pretzels from his little Valentine Day treats. And then, of course, I just put a spoon, because if you go to Be Our Guest and get the gray stuff, it's literally just this mousse served in a little bowl that you just eat with a spoon. And it is perfectly delicious and perfectly acceptable to just eat this with a spoon, which I did quite a bit of. I have it also there with the champagne. It paired really nicely with the champagne, or not the champagne, the Brut Rosé, excuse me. But this is so great for so many different applications. Like I said, you can do it in a little sharing plate like this. You can pipe it on a cupcake. It would be amazing on a warm brownie. Mix it with ice cream. Like, it's pretty versatile. and it's pretty delicious. The one thing I'll say, which I have been searching, I've searched everywhere, I can't find it. In Walt Disney World with the gray stuff, these are also come on a lot of their cupcakes. It's those crunchy pearls that kind of taste like a candy-coated Rice Krispie. Not a Rice Krispie treat, but just like a candy. I don't know where those come from. I don't know how to make them. No sprinkle is that crunchy, like, I don't know. They're just so good. They're so good on top of the gray stuff. Haven't found them. So these are just plain silver sprinkles, which look fine, but they don't have that same crunch, that same delicious texture that those pearls do. I don't really know how to describe them, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, now I'm on a mission to find those.
Determined.
I guarantee like Wilton or some kind of baking purveyor will offer them, and then now
I have searched every Wilton product in the city of New Orleans, every place that sells Wilton. I've checked Williams-Sonoma. It wouldn't surprise me if it's like a Disney proprietary thing because I can't find them anywhere.
That could be it too, because it is it's like a crunchy Rice Krispie, but that's coated, and somehow it's the perfect round shape. It's almost like if you were to take a Rice Krispie treat and a boba tea ball had a baby, it would be this amazing thing and just covered in chocolate.
Yeah. So if anybody has any
hints, I cannot wait. I just want to keep like a tub of it and put it back in the Cool Whip tub and just have it available to me.
That's basically what we have in our fridge right now. So I will post the recipe and the full fat, full sugar, and also the lightened version recipe on our website, crescentlakeclub.com, in the next day or so you can follow along. Or you can make it your own. Make it for Valentine's Day. Put it on top of some cupcakes. Just eat it with a spoon from a tub.
Just eat it with a spoon out of the tub. You know, treat yourself. Because it's getting to that point in time. We are all so close to, if you haven't been back to Disney yet, you're getting close to going to Disney. This is Courtney's first time in over a year.
Over a year. I know.
Over a year. That's the longest time you've probably gone without going to Disney. We're all starting to get a feel like life, at least Disney life, is returning to normal. So for you, you're leaving on Sunday. Any kind of trip updates? Anything exciting? You haven't started packing yet.
I have not started packing. That's going to happen on Friday. The weather's looking kind of funky, which I'm not excited about, but a rainy day in Disney is better than a day anywhere else. But no major updates. The park hours were extended. I know we talked about that on a previous show, so I'm pumped about that. But
I think, the one thing I wanted to ask, so your 5-year-old son, does he know he's going to Disney?
Does know. We count down every day, and in his class they he's perfected the days of the week now, but it's something they do every morning, is like, what's today? So every morning before he goes to school, I'm like, what's today? Today he's like, it's Wednesday, and I said, what's tomorrow? And we count down like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and he'll point to Sunday on my hand and be like, that's when we go to Disney. So he knows. He's well aware of when we're going. I'm so excited.
So has he been involved in much of the trip planning or input, or are you just going to wait and let him kind of decide what you guys do? Since there's no fast passes.
Right. There's no fast passes. And our friends that we're going with, they kept it a surprise from their girls until like a week and a half ago. So it's Fletcher's best friend. So we couldn't tell him because he would then tell his friend that she was also going to Disney World. So we had to keep it a secret from him. We just said like broadly, we're going to Disney World, but that happens every few months in his life. He's a lucky little kid. So
Hi,
and Fletcher's listening right now. So he didn't, he didn't necessarily put 2 and 2 together that we are going. so soon.
So is he going to get to have a say in like your touring plan?
Oh yeah, he has been telling his friend, like, this is the rides you're going on. This is my favorite. He'll probably rule the day once we're in park.
Yeah, and it seems like we're just starting to slowly get a few indicators that park life may be coming back to normal a little bit. We're still in the pandemic. We still have COVID and different restrictions to worry about. Face coverings, still a big deal. Yeah. Social distancing, restaurants still hard to get into. But some of the news that we got this week, and especially just today, it looks like, especially for Walt Disney World, that Patina Group that operates quite a few restaurants in the World Showcase is looking for international employees to come back to work at restaurants that have been shuttered since this time last year. What do you think about that?
I'm super excited about that. I also hear some kiddos in the background. But no, I'm super excited about that because everyone was super sad when the international employees were furloughed and let go. So yeah, exactly. To see some of them come back, to see that job posting out there is so exciting. I remember thinking how cool it was that, like, when you went to France, you were served by someone who was from France and who spoke French and was from a different part of France. It wasn't just people from Paris. Like, you could learn so much about the culture and about from the people
Bordeaux
there
and the Rhone Valley. Yes. And just general everywhere.
So that I mean, from the very first time I realized that, like, I don't know. I don't think when I was 6, I necessarily realized how cool it was to have someone from France serving you in the France Pavilion. But as I grew older and recognized that was one of my favorite parts about going to Epcot. So to see them coming back is so exciting.
Well, and I think it's, if you guys have not tuned in to a Sunday Fun Day or a Crescent Lake Club Live with us, that is the one thing that Angela and Leslie, we call them 1 and 2, miss the most about Disney right now. They've been twice since the pandemic hit and parks shifted their entire operation. And it is mostly just the cultural representatives, because they love to go and have their breakfast in France. And they're always ones to say that there's just something different and something special about speaking with a person from France when you buy your, quiche, your ham and egg croissant, and just talking to them, getting to know about them, because we also like to travel abroad and hear about their cities, where they're from. And it's just such a delight. It's one of the things that makes the World Showcase and Epcot itself stand apart from any other theme park experience you can have, at least domestically. So between France and Italy, I mean, I'm ready. That just means hopefully we're going to get to see more cultural representatives, at least if not this year or through the summer and the fall and for the 50th anniversary, that it's back on the table. It's going to be available, and we're going to start seeing them in 2022, because I was afraid that was one of the things we were going to lose, was the cultural representative program.
Yeah.
So, I froze. Okay. So, so we have restaurants hiring at Walt Disney World, but we also have some positive signs of return to normal on the West Coast.
On the West Coast.
And
in Disneyland.
At Disneyland, which is, you see my little castle. So I don't think I mince words when I say currently that Disneyland and California Adventure is my favorite domestic resort. I think maybe it's because I spent so much time in Walt Disney World that just going to Disneyland and seeing the different things and all their offerings and how different they are just so new and fun for me. So just this week, Disneyland, because restrictions in California have been somewhat lifted, Disneyland announced that they're going to be offering ticketed events to go through and shop and dine and tour more of the park than what is currently available. I have to imagine it's going to be very similar to what Knott's Berry Farm is doing, but
This is Fletcher. This is Fletcher, everybody. That's my husband Josh in the background.
Everyone say hi, Fletcher. Hi, Josh.
Look at the camera.
Keely had her dog on Sunday. I have Fletcher today.
Fletcher, way better. Fletcher is way better than mine.
Bye. He's going to bed. A little past his bedtime, but that's okay. We're prepping for Disney in all kinds of ways.
You gotta scale that bedtime up.
Exactly. I don't know about you. When I read the press release about it, it seemed a little like a lot of things that Disney's putting out, a little vague. I think that's intentional. I think they're hoping to be able to offer more, but don't want to oversell, don't want to overpromise. So leaving it a little bit vague about the experience, like what could that be? Are they going to get to go on a ride? Is it going to be some new experience that we haven't seen yet? Or is it just going to be shopping and dining, which is still a lot better than what they have right now? So excited to see what this looks like in practice and as more details come out about it.
I'm very excited to see what I think they can do, especially around the Pixar Pier area and the whole area where they do like Feliz Navidad and stuff like that. They can set up food booths and open up some of those kiosks around Pixar Pier and still have the fountains work and kind of just do a per ticket controlled experience where you still have to, it's X amount to get in, but you get a tasting lanyard that you trade in for treats and all these different fun Disney food things. You can still see the fountains, do World of Color, the daytime version, because it used to be if you were lucky enough to be sitting at Cove Bar or what it's called Lamplight Lounge now, sometimes during the day, Maestro Goofy would just go out onto a platform and you just see him raise the World of Color fountains above the water to just, ultimately that was just Disney doing a test to make sure that the fountains and the lights and everything were working, but it was this whole spectacle and it was fantastic. There's no reason why you can't do something like that. There's also no reason why you can't do this as a night event and have just some kind of limited projection viewing along Paradise Pier or Pixar Pier and the Incredicoaster as you walk past to give people kind of just a little treat of what California Adventure could be. California Adventure is so wide open to walking around too, so it makes it really, really easy for them to try and do kind of like a food festival walkthrough event. Disneyland's a little bit too tight. A lot of things are going to happen, I think, for Disneyland to be back open again, but Disneyland proper. But just hearing that they're finally going to go and do something and they've had great success. I've had friends who have gone and done the alfresco dining already or they go tomorrow to do alfresco dining at Carthay Circle, and they're super excited. So I can't wait to hear what they think about that. But any kind of Disneyland you can get is better,
especially for those, Disneyland is such a locals park. I mean, everyone says it, but for those people that like go every day or not every day, but every week and every weekend or multiple times a month, to have that taken away, and I'm sure any taste that they can get of going back in, just like stepping foot into California Adventure will be exciting for them.
So it brings up
I'm
kind of a
excited
question.
to step into Walt Disney World, and I only go a couple times a year.
So it kind of brings up a question that, I was thinking about earlier today when I saw one of the rumors was for California and for Disneyland, they're looking at doing new annual passes, but they're going to be super time targeted. So they're going to take off of in Florida still has an Epcot after 4 annual pass. You don't have to be a Florida resident to buy it. You can still get one. And it just means any given day of the year that's not blacked out, you can go into Epcot after 4. And it all really started, back in the 90s when they were just starting to grow these festivals like Food and Wine and stuff like that. And they wanted to get people into the parks for Illuminations and these food festivals. So let's just say, Courtney, that you lived in Orlando or you lived in Anaheim. Would a time sensitive or a time restricted annual pass be of something that would be of interest to you?
Oh, of course. I mean, I'm always going to choose to have all the time. But for my husband, who is good with a trip every 18 months, 2 years, like to have that and to be able to go into the park just for dinner or for a date night, or like you said, just during a festival, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, and it's like I can go and look at the pricing right now, but I think like an Epcot after 4 pass is like $199.
Yeah. So
then
anything like that.
So then also, again, if you guys missed it, we have a website now, crescentlakeclub.com. We also have a really great blog where people, maybe Ryan, you may know
Mostly
him as
Ryan.
Mostly Ryan, post news as it comes across. So just a couple hours before we came on tonight, we got an email from Disney Destinations talking about a few surprise refurbishments. It's really interesting considering we talked about exact dates looking in April staying at the Contemporary, and we wondered why these garden view rooms were so cheap. Well, now we know. Starting in April, the Contemporary main tower is going to be undergoing a refurbishment. So they're going to take out select blocks of these rooms and turn them over. We don't know if it's soft goods, just like linens and freshening up. There were some rumors that they were going to make suites to be Incredibles themed. What do you think about that?
I think that's an incredible idea. I'm always down, not only for a more highly themed, because I don't think they would make the Contemporary like an all-star music. It's not going to be in your face all-stars. I think the Contemporary lends itself to the Incredibles. I'm also always down, being a boy mom, for something that's a little less princessy, a little more even gender neutral, or something that's more targeted to little boys, or to, preteen boys, because right now we have
Pirate Room, and that feels aggressive.
It's a little, and I've heard the beds aren't super comfortable. I've heard, but the pirate room about it,
and you've got cars, which is.
So there's nothing, I don't know, to have something that, like I said, a little more gender neutral, than like princessy over the top. Look, and I have a girl too, so I'm all about the princesses too. But if I wanted to do just like a mommy and me trip with my son and wanted to make it really, boy friendly, my options are kind of limited about where we would stay. I'd honestly probably go to like Animal Kingdom Lodge or something like that, because he is so all obsessed with animals. But to have the Incredibles there would be incredible. I've never been a fan of the Contemporary's aesthetic to begin with. It's just not my style. So to have something more character themed, I would be down for it.
So I love the theming and style of the Bay Lake Tower rooms. And I know for purists, like Ryan, that's not typically what they want to see in a room that they're paying that money for. But I absolutely love how they're styled. I love the colors. I love the modern flu to it. So when I was looking like for my birthday and different things, I was looking at different resorts, especially when you get these annual pass holder 40% off rates. Like, we'll just see. I think that was me. You just see these kind of, different things, places you can explore. So I've always wanted to stay at the Contemporary. And I love the location. And I think the Garden Wing is actually really cool because it's a lot closer to walk out to go see the electrical water pageant.
Mm-hmm.
That's a mouthful. Which is the only nighttime spectacular currently running right now at Walt Disney World. So any kind of changeover is going to be cool. I love the main center area of Contemporary because I love the Mary Blair mural. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I'm a kid of being in Orlando in '89 and just thinking the monorail was like the thing, like, and how they originally said that Contemporary was built so ultimately you could pull the rooms out like a shelf to do anything and just like
slide
a card light, slide it back in and do something. I don't think that turned out to be super true, but it's one of those urban legends we all believe.
Yeah.
I think things like Chef Mickey's, I love the concept of Chef Mickey's and what it stands for, but it wouldn't hurt to have an update. You already have a lot of great things, but there is no true theme other than this was original Disney. Now, as long as they leave the Mary Blair mural there,
they can't get rid of that.
They can't get rid of that. But you have a real opportunity to, like, the wave is great. So you can theme out the wave to be a little bit more to tie in to some of the Pixar kind of stuff without making it over the top themed out. But I have no issue, especially some of these rooms that they can use to make into family suites where people like to have a little bit more theming. I think it's great.
Yeah. But I think we need more options for families, for families bigger than 4 or 5. I know it's never going to happen, but I would love to see Chef Mickey's go back to the Empress Lily and do something different. I know, never going to happen. Pipe dream. But
one of my very first sets as a character was brunch at Empress Lily.
What if we have a picture together and I don't even know it that went down with Hurricane Katrina?
I'm actually for sure that Teets and I have a picture together when I did parades. I'm 100% sure at least Teets, if not you also, saw me in Spectre or Remember the Magic.
Yeah.
During 25th.
Oh, well, we were there.
It's almost a surety.
Yeah. We lost all our old trip pictures with Hurricane Katrina, but if I had them, I would be pulling them out and checking for keels. I didn't mean to bring us down.
No, you're good. So we talked. Oh yeah, and so that's coming up. April is when Contemporary is starting, so that won't hurt if you're looking to travel. Let's say you're able to get the vaccine really soon, or you're starting to look spring through summer as things are loosening up a little bit. Contemporary is still on offer for a great discount for these garden wing rooms. It is just different portions of the main tower are going to be taken out for refurbishment, and we'll start getting news on what they're doing as everything goes along. But all the amenities at the resort will still be available. All the restaurants and lounges that are open, the pools, all of that. One pool note is that the pirate ship slide at Stormalong Bay at Yacht Club and Beach Club is also going down for refurbishment. And if you have a 2022 stay in mind at Animal Kingdom, especially at Kidani, the Kidani Village pool is going completely down for refurbishment. So 2 years ago, they took the Jumbo House pool down for a good 8 months to kind of completely redo that. So now it's time to take the Kidani Village pool down and do a refinishing and all that good kind of stuff that pools need to have done every few years. So I think those are the real big refurbishments. We don't know much about rides and different things like that. I saw the Liberty Bell came back up to sail around, but then was closed again today. So I don't know about rides and what to expect for.
Did you see there was some scrims that went up around Peter Pan today? I think it was today or yesterday around Peter Pan's flight. So I'm not quite sure what that's about. I didn't know if that was on the list for refurb. I hadn't heard anything.
I can't imagine
I saw a
that
picture today. Peter Pan's flight. Yep.
I can't imagine that they would do a refurb during. They may just be repainting like they did with Small World.
Small World, yeah. Just to freshen it up for the 50th.
Mm-hmm.
Do a ride at a time, an area at a time.
So we have heard through the grapevine there will be a big announcement next week. And if you're,
look at Ryan with all the info.
He says,
I think I'm like up on stuff, and then he shuts us down and gives us all the details.
Yeah, well, he chimed in right away that he was here, so he's ready.
Fact check us. Real-time fact checks.
He's the Daniel Dale of this stream. So we've heard, Courtney and I, at least from a travel agent and a travel advisor perspective, to be available for booking on February 16th for about a week now. And it seems like some of the things we are starting to hear are coming more into focus on what we can expect. And numerous blogs reported today that there will be a 50th anniversary announcement next week. We were told the 6th be available for clients to book on the 16th. So that's a Tuesday. That is Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras Day. So I expect we're going to hear the announcement on Monday the 15th. And based on what our content editor and news hound Ryan has told me, we can expect a few things related to the 50th anniversary of Magic Kingdom, mostly new logos, whole branding unveiling. But for anyone considering a trip in the summer and the fall, we're going to see all the new rules for early park entry and a bunch of different on-site perks popping up. So with that said, what are some perks you would like to see come back, or new perks maybe we haven't thought about that would be of interest to you, that would excite you? I mean, you're going to go to Disney anyway, Courtney. We all know that.
Right. I mean, you too. I would love to see some version of fast passes, obviously. That would be super great. Maybe something like complimentary park hopping if you're staying on property. Instead of having to pay the $72 or whatever it is to add to your ticket.
Your ticket, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't, any AP staying on property, that doesn't really affect them. But if you're a ticketed customer, that would be a really nice perk that doesn't cost Disney any. I mean, yeah, they lose out on the revenue of the $72 or whatever it is to add the park hopping, but it doesn't cost them anything. It's not a hard cost for them to add that.
So essentially what Courtney and I are spitballing here is trying to make it, Magical Express is going away. You're going to be on your own to get from MCO, Orlando International Airport,
Right.
to your resort after a set day. So what would make staying on property worth it? There are already some deals available that include like you stay 5 nights, but you're only paying for park days for 3 of them. So it's like basically if you stay 5 nights, you're getting 5 days of parks for 3 days of parks. Different things like that. I think free park hopping, if you are staying on site, is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Again, like I think they're going to announce something about fast passes again, whether they're for on site, whether it's a fee, like we've talked about. Are they going to bring the max pass, something similar to that over to World? That's the system they have that's similar to Fast Pass in Disneyland pre-COVID. Blah blah blah. It's a paid.
I haven't looked at it because I have an annual pass, and usually it's always been included in my annual pass. Do they still sell photo pass just in general? Like for the $199, you can buy a photo pass.
I think it's $169. Yeah, you can add that on as just a ticket guest or as a package guest. So yeah, if that's included, I don't know. I think that's a bigger stretch than park hopping, but
yeah,
who knows? Who knows?
I wouldn't be surprised if they try and go the max pass route like they do at Disneyland, which I think is actually a really great deal because it's a set price per day, and you can make you can pull traditional fast passes on a 2-hour limit, but then also do max passes on a 90-minute limit. And then it also includes all of your ride and photo pass pictures just for that day. All right, Teets, how much is the 1-day photo? So they still sell a 1-day photo pass. How much is 1-day photo pass? $50? Hurry,
it's
Ryan.
not worth it. It's expensive. It's not worth it.
But when
in my opinion,
at Disneyland, when max pass is $20 per person per day, and that also includes being able to still get traditional fast passes and then book the $79 or something.
I said 69, so it's more than 50 for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe we'll see something like Max Pass, which again, I love. And I think for a normal visitor, a visitor that's not a super Disney fan, being able to go back and pull a traditional fast pass is going to be a big deal. If they were to bring up, the kiosks are all still there. It's not really hard to make that enabled, especially since they're doing away with, magic bands at resorts.
Yeah.
Those new keys are really cute, though.
I'll say, as a travel agent, that's probably the number one question I've gotten post-COVID, during COVID, whatever, since the parks have reopened, is the questions about the fast pass. Are there fast passes? Are they coming back? What do you know about fast passes? And we know nothing. Disney Genie. That was announced. Ryan saying, don't forget about Disney Genie. That was announced probably a year ago as some takeover of my Disney experience. I haven't heard much, if anything, since they originally announced it. They announced it pre-COVID. Travel agents across the world freaked out because the way they couched it was that it would basically make travel agents obsolete. It's still coming. Okay, we'll see about that. But if you have worked, if you have booked Disney, if you have used my Disney experience for more than 10 minutes, you know how glitchy it is. So I have zero faith in Disney Genie doing all the things that Disney is claiming Disney Genie is going to do.
Which is the weird thing is, as an annual pass holder in both Florida and California, and a Disney travel agent, it is so clear that different IT groups work on all 3 things, because I've never had a problem with anything in years. I don't even have a hard card for my Disneyland annual pass. It is just a barcode that I scan everywhere off of my phone to get into Disneyland and California Adventure, to get my discounts, to get anything. And I've never had to have a magic band. Even then at Disneyland, you can print out a ticket on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. They walk up, they scan it, they take your picture, and they give you a ticket, and you really just have to have that. And it shows your picture, and they know everything. Why is Florida so, why can't Florida get its act together? So it's the other crazy thing, because I knew we were probably going to talk about this. To have all of my magic bands here, and these are just my spendy ones that I actually paid for. It's not like Teeth, who has like 900 of like.
I'm not gonna lie, like I haven't bought a magic band in a while, but there's a few that I'm eyeing, and I think on Sunday when I arrive, I'm gonna need to go to Disney Springs and buy a new magic band. I'm really eyeing that pass holder Figment one.
Oh, that one's really cute.
It's super
I
cute.
did, because I had 2 annual pass holder credits for ones. I finally used one of them the other day because I needed that birthday cake castle one.
I know, I saw that one today. I almost screenshotted it and sent it to you. And
so I just got the shipping notification for that one today. So, and I still have one more, but I really don't. I have the balloons. I have 3 doggo ones. My current favorite is the one that I got for when we all went in 2020 in November. Our family vacation ones that I got for everybody. And I surprised them all with that. So I don't think they knew.
Teeth is considering booking a fake trip to get the 25th birthday cake band.
Well, if you look at your My Disney experience, you're probably already on there for like one of the fake rooms I have booked. So just go ahead and do that.
Am I hearing that we all need to get the 25th anniversary Disney Castle band by April? Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, I'll do it right now. I think I have because I needed to use it to book like ADRs and stuff. I think I have a room with all of us on it. So I'll just go ahead and do all of them.
Anyway, we digress.
This is, you know what? This is what you get when you hire a Disney travel professional. And like our website, crescentlakeclub.com, says, you get all of this great witty banter, travel advice, cleaning services for free. Literally. Anything that you see on a Disney website or a cruise website, that price you pay is still going to be what the price you pay or less with us. We're not charging you guys anything else. We're just happy to help you out and look for deals and look for different fun things for you to do. We're also looking at doing some groups, and I think it may not be next week. It's going to be the week after. But if anyone is interested in Disney for November, Wine and Dine weekend, and over the Christmas, New Year's holidays, we are going to have blocks set up at some of our favorite resorts for the holidays. We're going to have at least 1 deluxe, 1 moderate, and 1 value. I think we'll probably have 2 deluxes, but we can guarantee you that we're going to be at least 10% off rack rate, and you're still going to get all of the great experiences for the holidays. So you're going to get 50th anniversary and Christmas at Disney.
And I'm sure we'll throw in some Crescent Lake Club perks and swag.
We've got some Crescent Lake Club perks that you would not believe. But like, who doesn't want to spend Christmas at Wilderness Lodge?
It's beautiful. You got to book that early, too. You got to call us as soon as we announce it, because Wilderness Lodge at Christmas books up real fast.
Crazy fast. So I think what we're looking at is Yacht Club, Beach Club, Wilderness Lodge, Caribbean Beach, and Pop Century will be our Christmas hotels for the Crescent Lake Club this year. And it's great because 3 out of 4 of them are on the Skyliner. And you're going to get to go to Star Wars. You're going to get to go to Hollywood Studios. You're going to get to go to Epcot for my favorite festival of the year, which is holidays around the world. And I'm super hoping by Christmas we're going to get back to seeing Santa and Mrs. Claus and all the storytellers around World Showcase. Like, I just got goosebumps thinking about it.
Hey, Keely, when was the first time you rode the Skyliner?
Oh my gosh. When was the first time you rode the Skyliner? Because I think we were together and we rode on the first morning it was open.
Teets, can you say that? More rose. Yeah, we rode the Skyliner on opening day. What time did we get up? Like 5 a.m.?
Yeah, because was that the day we were staying at Swan and Dolphin?
Yeah, and that was the day we were leaving. We literally got up just to ride Skyliner and then go back to the hotel and go to the airport.
Skyliner was going to be opening at like 6 or whatever because Hollywood Studios was opening for Star Wars, and we had like a 9 or a 10 a.m. flight, and we're like, okay, pack our stuff up, leave it at the door. We're going to go down there and see if we can get on the Skyliner. And we walked all the way down to Hollywood Studios. And we got on.
That's how dedicated we are.
Yeah. And we got on, and then we got off at Grand Central Station, Caribbean Beach, and then we rode it down to Pop Century. And they rode it back, and we wanted to go to Epcot, but they wouldn't let us go to Epcot because Epcot wasn't open yet.
Yeah. I was trying to get my third swipe in so I could get my, I think it was the...
Oh, that's right. So you can get your coasters.
Yeah, or coasters or something.
Coasters. Yeah, so we were...
yeah, that just shows our dedication to bringing you the newest and greatest, experiencing everything, and giving you the best tips and best recommendations because we've been there and done that. We are not travel agents who just read about it or just... get the email updates. We experience it so that we can give you our best tips and our honest tips. Tell you what we've experienced, what we love, what's passable, and what we do not recommend at all whatsoever.
And so it's going to be very exciting for me to hear Courtney's experience next week because she's the first person I know that is traveling with children during COVID restrictions. So I'm interested to hear her feedback and tips on planning for packing and park touring and all of these different things for kids still during the pandemic time.
And our group will have a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 7-month-old. So we'll run the gamut of the little ones. Yeah.
I can't wait. People are going to love to hear that kind of stuff, especially like, what does baby center look like during COVID? None of us.
I'll have.
I guess Teets could have taken his droid in there, but.
Yeah, you could have gone in there, but that would have been a little creepy. But yeah, I'll be sure to check it all out. Let you know.
So for all of you Crescent Lake Club fans, just a quick heads up, we will not have a Sunday Fun Day Live unless there's like breaking news. However, if there is big breaking news on Monday, I believe Ryan, Angela, and I will be live to report. So just follow us on social media or just click subscribe here on Twitch or YouTube so you get alerts when we go live. I'm really excited because Whitty leaves in the morning to go for a couple's Valentine's weekend.
Maybe she'll get some.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. We didn't even talk about the flights. She's going to die. So yeah, one thing I meant to talk about is when I was researching wine for this week, good on you, Magic Kingdom. Good on you. Be our guest in Cinderella's Royal Table because they are now offering wine flights that are between $14 and $20 that are 3 pours of for example, at Cinderella's Royal Table, they have a flight that's a red wine flight that is 3 pours of Pinot Noir. All the things that Courtney's really just
I'm like, can I mobile order that right now?
Yeah. She's like, can I just get that? No, between $14 and $20, 3 glasses of wine. It's great. I just noticed it when I was doing the research on the Grand Beck that we're having tonight, which is offered at our guest. They're doing a private label, private seller flight for $24. That's 2 sparklings and 1 Chateauneuf de Pop, which is a $20 glass of wine anyway. So good on you, Disney, for offering wine flights and for curating really great wine flights. Cinderella's Royal Table has 3. 1 is a sparkling, 1 is a white, and 1 is a red. But I'm going to go through and troll through and see what I can find. But there's been a lot of menu change, especially in the wine department for Disney. So that's something to super cheers to.
Cheers. I'm always down for more wine.
Yeah. So Whitty is going couples fun. She is going to have pictures and videos from all of the Valentine's treats, because if you guys followed us in November, she and Teets had all the Christmas trees they could get their hands on. I'm excited because I've asked Courtney to go do some pictures and a walkthrough of the Soul of Jazz at the American Adventure Pavilion. So I'm really excited about that one. If you guys haven't watched Soul, you should. Maybe we'll try and do a group watch or something that you can watch here with us. That would be fun. But it's especially so many people, so many musical artists from here in New Orleans or Louisiana based are featured in that exhibit. So I can't wait to see it.
Yes. And one of the friends I'm going with is a U.S. history / Louisiana history teacher. So I will, he will, I'm sure, love this exhibit. He's already talking about how excited he is. So it won't just be a pass through. We will take it in and take in lots of information, lots of pictures, lots of video that I can bring back and share with y'all.
If he's willing to do like a little walkthrough video narrating everything and you send it to me, I will play it.
Yeah, I know you will. Yes. That might take some forcing. We might have to get him a few beers from around the world before he'll agree to that. We'll see.
I can send a gift card.
Sounds good.
So no Crescent Lake Club Sunday unless we have like some dramatic news come down, because that is for my house float group. That's our big float day. But stay tuned. Monday, we think there's going to be a big 50th anniversary announcement for Walt Disney World. And I believe Ryan, Angela, and I will be able to report live on that, like at 5 or 6. But also, check out our new website, crescentlakeclub.com. We've got a great blog. Teets is writing about everything. We've got videos. So again, like or subscribe to us here on Twitch or YouTube. Parting shots. What are you most excited about?
Like just stepping inside of a park, scanning that magic band and stepping inside. A friend sent me, like, they have the little things that you can put on your Apple Watch. And I was like, no, I need to put the magic band on to feel like it's real. Like, I need to have both fists, like Wonder Woman style, like Apple Watch, magic band. Then I know it's real.
Are you going to put the magic band on when you get in the car to drive out, or are you going to wait until you...
I usually wait till we get closer to the gate. I usually wait. So, but who knows? I'm so excited. Maybe it'll pop on. I might wear it tomorrow. Who knows?
You could just start wearing it tonight. Like I said, I just put all mine in this cubby right here on my stream desk, so they're really available.
I'll be packing on Friday, and I'll just add a few on. Who knows? We'll see. Just
stack them up like bangles.
But yeah, I'll report back in a few days.
Yeah, and then I hope, you never know, we make it a live check-in from Courtney.
Yeah. Especially depending on what this breaking news is. I might just have to come on. So we'll see. But like she said, subscribe, like us, so that you can get that information live as soon as we have it for you.
Yeah, and also if you haven't checked out our website, crescentlakeclub.com.
I also, personal plug, I have a personal travel Instagram set up today, separate from my actual personal Instagram. So I will be documenting my entire Disney trip on Instagram, Nola Disney Mama, same as my handle here. Follow me and I will show you everything that I have to show you, including what it's like traveling with my 2 kids plus 2 others.
Oh my gosh.
In COVID, in Disney.
In Disney.
And forecasted lots of rain, but it's okay. It's going to be great.
Hey, like it's better than here.
Better than here. Yep. So follow us.
Thank you guys. Check out crescentlakeclub.com, Nola Disney Mama on Instagram, Crescent Lake TTV also on Instagram. And we will see you guys next week. I have Amy and Dana from the Run Eat Drink podcast will be joining me for Wine Down Wednesday. They're really excited to learn about wine. So this should be a very, very fun one. Like I said, as soon as the announcement about the 50th anniversary comes out, you're going to have Ryan and Angela and I here to chat about it. And then I think we'll all be back together on the 21st. We'll see. But just follow us everywhere. Again, thank you guys for joining us. It's always so fun. And if you ever have questions, you know where to find us. So we'll see you real soon.
Cheers.
Cheers.